Welcome, everybody, to the DadBodd podcast, episode number 97. And we are back in full swing. I am Guns Picks, joined, as always, with my partner in crime. You've heard of the Rockers. You may have heard of the Young Bucks if you watch A&W. We are the best tag team podcast on the goddamn planet. Lock Bets, what's going on, my friend? How you feeling?
Guns, how the hell are we? I mean, beautiful Wednesday. No, I don't know about you guys. The Northeast has been absolutely obliterated with rain. This fall shit. I've been waking up every morning, backs aching. I mean, I almost feel like I am a dad, just in pure age. Can't wake up at the top of the hour, getting ready to work out, but today, I think the rain has finally stopped. It has subsided, as you will. But sports have been absolutely electric. I mean, college football, NFL, got the good teams going down this weekend. Oklahoma absolutely embarrassing themselves. Just a wealth of shit that went down this weekend. Still nursing a hangover since Sunday Fun Day, but I finally am escaping out of that realm. But how are you? How are you doing, Guns? Because I've been looking at your record. I've been seeing your shtick. I mean, this guy's on fire. This guy, the F5 bomber. I mean, let's get the guns out for the boys. You're crushing it. What's going on? I mean, how's the mojo been?
Yeah, I did post my F5 record, and I am elated of the outcome. But there's lessons learned with that, especially when you're trying a experiment, which I guess this year was the experiment, and noticing the first 3 months of the season versus the last back half of the season when I was making all my profit back. We ended this regular season up, and I think when I do my recap, I think we're up 10 units overall. But you have to understand where we started from, because it was completely an obliteration, and I wanted to delete the whole entire system, and thank God I didn't, because I saw it till the end, and I realized that September and October in baseball, especially F5s, you can make some real serious money. And I think that I helped a lot of people that were on Twitter. I helped a lot of people on the Slack channel. A lot of positive vibes overall. End of the baseball season means playoffs are going to start. And I don't even know if I'm ready for baseball playoffs starting. You have college football, you have NFL, and then we have college basketball coming up. We have the NBA for anybody that loves the association. We have a guy coming up pretty soon that knows the association better than both of us. It's going to be a fun show overall. But, when we get into the football talk, because I want to really talk about the football, I thought this is a good time to talk about, let's talk about stocks. And we as cappers, at least from my perspective, you have to treat teams like stocks. It's like you either buy them high or you sell them low. So we created a little bit of a system going into week 5 of the NFL season. You go into week 6 of college football. I want to start with NFL. Do you have a team that you consider as a buy low team, which means going into week 5, this is a team you want to bet on, not off?
Yeah. I love that. Just to reiterate, I mean, stocks, we can go up, we can go down, but if you ride the stock market enough, maybe not this year, because I mean, all of our 401ks are dog shit, but if you ride a team, throughout the year that you can get in right now and stay that way consistently, that's stuff we want to look at. So I like to start off with the 2-2 teams. There's a wealth of 2-2 teams. Maybe there are some teams that have been underperforming. Maybe there's some teams that have been overperforming. One team that comes to mind, though, Tennessee Titans right now, 2-2, low key, playing very good football. Okay. People are calling for Vrabel's head right now. They think his mismanagement skills are horrible. They think that they're not using Derrick Henry. They're not opening up the offense enough. But right now, they're still 2-2. They've lost to a Giants team who is now a pretty solid team. Like, people aren't getting surprised by the Giants anymore. So, I mean, in my opinion, you're the best player in football. Derrick Henry is by and large the best player in football. I mean, he's the Dick Butkus of our fucking era. I mean, I absolutely love watching him play, and he's an Iron Man. He's an iron horse. So, and right now they're stepping in to a game versus the Washington Commanders. And that's a team I don't even want to go 10 feet near. Okay. I mean, don't get me started with Carson Wentz. I'm sorry, not Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz.
Yeah, if you're talking about the Commanders, we're talking Carson Wentz.
Yeah, don't get me started with Carson Wentz. I mean, listen, Tennessee's going to leave this Sunday 3-2, and now you're going to see a team that their stock is going to be on the up, absolutely skyrocket. So I'm getting in now. I'm buying into the Titans, and that's a division that is very winnable right now. So Titans, that's my one team that comes to mind. Guns, what are you feeling? What are you buying? What stock are you investing in?
I've actually backed this team probably since week 1, and I'm going back to the well, and I know it's my team. I know it's the team that I backed for 20 plus years, maybe even further than that. Going back to Steve Rogan when he was the quarterback in '86. That's how old I am, folks. The New England Patriots are a bye team right now. They are a bye team, and let me tell you why. Look at the quarterback situation with this team. Mac Jones got a high ankle sprain. If you ever had a high ankle sprain personally, like myself, that lingers past 4 to 6 weeks. That goes months. That will never go away. As much as you want to tape it, as many injections that you have, your thought process as you're planting your foot is always on your mind. Now you have a quarterback. Granted, you saw Hoyer come out of the game in the first quarter getting hurt, and then you have the emergence of the future. Bailey Zappi. And Bailey Zappi, to me, from a college football guy, I know the history of this guy. This was a play-on guy for me in 2021. I witnessed the history of this guy. I looked at his statistics when he played for Houston Baptist, and I was alarmed by the amount of passing yards that he had. This is a la Tony Romo. This is a la Ben Roethlisberger. These guys that were playing low-level college. Then he went to Western Kentucky and played 1 year there because his coach went there, and he brought all the receivers with him in the process. He was the offensive coordinator there. And all of a sudden, you saw the team shift from a run team to a pass team. And it was strictly because of Bailey Zappi. Don't sleep on this kid. This game this week versus the Detroit Lions reminds me of a game that brings me back to 2020 when Duck Hodges, if you remember Duck Hodges, he was a third string backup for the Steelers when everybody was hurt on that team and nobody gave him a shot. But when you look at the stats of him at FCS, the guy was an absolute legend. He played his balls off. Then he goes against the San Diego Superchargers at the time. I may have been the LA Chargers, but they were in transition as far as the stadium's concerned. So the home field advantage was completely depleted. Bailey Zappi's got the home field advantage there, and guaranteed they will back him like they backed Scott Zolak when he went into the game. I love this Bailey Zappi guy. I think this is a play-on team. They're a favorite, -3 right now. Why are they a favorite? Let me tell you why. Because the Lions, everybody watched Hard Knocks, and they became the public darling on the planet. And a depleted defense that can't make a stop. You have a Patriots defense that probably is at least top 10. They're very elite. You saw what they did against the Packers last week. They're struggling because their offense has struggled. But I think Bailey Zappi added into that offense. Give them a week to like prepare. Man, I want to see what they do on the field next week. I really like the Patriots, and I think they are a bye team for now until the books catch up to how good this team really can be.
I tell you what, Guns, I love that because even first off, the Duck Hodges reference, fantastic material there, Guns. I mean, just a fantastic name to drop. Honestly, somebody, maybe we could DM him. Maybe we can get on the DadBods. I don't think Duck Hodges has much to do this weekend. Next week. I mean, he's not in the league still, is he?
You know what? You inspired me. I'm gonna make a note here. Hold on. Let me grab my pen. I am gonna go and see if I can DM Duck Hodges because I want to thank him for that Sunday night football game back in, I want to say 2000. I have to look up what the game was, but that was his very first start in the league. I think he kind of regressed from there, but the electricity in that game with him in there with that Steelers defense. It was absolutely the perfect cap, in my opinion. And I just want to go, thank you, Duck. Thank you. Yeah. And I hope you went to the US. I wanted to see Duck in the USFL when the USFL was playing. I was hoping to see Duck because that guy is electricity personified, in my opinion.
Maybe get Duck Hodges on the horn. Give him a call.
Yeah. Let me get my.
What the hell is Duck Hodges doing?
Duck Hodges. I don't even know if he has a Twitter. That'd be funny to get him on the podcast. Just guys, like I got a list. I got probably a top 10 list of guys of random dudes I'd love to talk to.
I mean, Duck Hodges was in the Steelers camp in 2020. Signs of the practice squad. I mean, it's the least you can do for the guy. Stays on until January 18th, so a full year of paychecks. Then he gets on with the Los Angeles Rams.
Yep.
Gets waived in final cuts August 23rd, 2021. That's it. That is where the diary it runs cold. We do not know where Duck Hodges is, and I think a lot of people deserve to know.
I think Duck Hodges probably runs a car dealership in Peoria, Illinois. That's kind of like where I see him ending up. But he's successful enough. He has a beautiful wife, probably 3 or 4 kids. Like he's living the life. But he had his moment in the NFL, which I appreciate from the Duck. All right, sell high team in the NFL. What are you thinking there as far as the teams that probably you shouldn't be betting on right now, currently in the situation of the NFL?
Right. And you know what? This is painful to say, okay? And it came to me when I was doing some research for this weekend slate. Right now, the Chargers are going into a weekend versus the Browns. Jacoby Brissett, both teams are 2-2. If you look at it on a very simple level, you're like, all right, Chargers to the moon, right? I mean, there's no way that they can't beat Jacoby Brissett. The spread is 2.5 right now, okay? Justin Herbert is not the future Hall of Fame first ballot that we put into the slot. He's not. And Keenan Allen is still nowhere to be found on the practice field. I think they actually ruled him out today. So in that same point, it's a matchup of a team that I'm selling and a team that I'm buying. The Browns have now lost. I think their 2 losses are by a combined 2 points, 2 or 3 points. They easily could be 4-0. The Chargers, though, I think they're a team right now that is playing in one of the toughest divisions. I mean, you just saw the Raiders get on the scoreboard. They're in the win column. I mean, I don't think that division is. I mean, that division is nowhere near a handout. So I am selling the Chargers. I don't think they're going to cover this weekend. I don't think they're going to win this weekend. So they're going to be 2-3. A lot of people are going to be calling for Justin Herbert's head. Keenan Allen's still not going to be practicing. And the Browns are going to be 3-2, looking at 4-2 after next week. And Deshaun Watson is still giggling at the massage parlor come playoff time. So I'm sneakily doing a two-part answer there. I am buying what the Browns are putting out there, and I'm selling my Herbert jerseys. I'm selling everything that I own of Herbert. Do you know how much money Herbert has lost me in like the last maybe like 7 months? A stupid amount, because I'm one of those stupid, let's take the first half. Let's get Justin Herbert out of the way. Let's run to the locker room with a win. And I'm like 0 for 3 in my last 3 with Justin Herbert. So It's not what you've done for me lately with him. You've done nothing for me. So Justin Herbert, Chargers, I'm selling them. I don't think they're that good. I think it's been a mirage for far too long. I think the coaching staffs are a bunch of absolute jerks. Okay. So, terrible rib cartilage, Sharky. Terrible rib cartilage. Yeah. So I'm out for the Chargers. I'm in for the Browns. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Guns?
Yeah, I think our initial feel of the Chargers is more predicated on no injuries. And then the injuries started to happen. Keenan Allen had the hamstring issue, which is a crutch for Herbert. And then Herbert's really dealing with a rib issue that is more cartilage than anything else. I don't know how that feels on the ribs, but I'm sure it feels like he has broken ribs. That's my speculation. So I can't really take that away from him too much. I think it's more injury related. It's just the Chargers curse altogether. And this is a buy. I think this is a sell team, 100%. And it's not a team that I think the books will eventually mediate the lines to the point that they'll be more favorable for the Chargers. I just don't think they're going to hit this week, especially with the Browns right now. Browns just want to run the ball. I don't think they're very one-dimensional right now, and they're coming off a bad loss last week, I believe, and they're just basically waiting for Watson to go take over the job. And I don't know if Brissett's not really taking the opportunity and making himself known. And it's one of those situations that I think you're dealing with like two teams that are kind of depleted right now. But I think the Chargers are more depleted than the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns are more predicated to win games. And probably the side on this one. It's not a game that I really hit my radar, so to speak. But I think the Browns would be a side if I would had to take them at gun to the head, no pun intended. Guns picks to the head. So I picked like 3 teams, but I only want to talk about one tonight. The sell high team for me, and it's real tough because I have 3 that I'm bouncing back and forth. They're 1A, 1B, 1C, but I'll just talk about one tonight. Let's talk about the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tampa Bay Bucks are a complete depleted mess. From their defense is still good. Their defense is still serviceable. Their offense is in bad shape. They're basically just like relying on Tom Brady. They have no other options as far as the quarterback is concerned. And there's a lot of distractions outside of the field for Tom Brady, in my opinion. He's dealing with some family issues on the side. That can affect your work life. That can affect everything that you're doing, especially when you're dealing with a potential divorce. If all the reports are as aligned as they are, I don't think his focus is there. And you can see it with the production of the offense. Granted, a lot of the receivers have been like lingering injuries. You saw Cole Beasley retired. I don't think that was a main receiver for Tom Brady at any point, but Julio Jones has basically been a bust, especially after week 1. He's dealing with injuries. So you have a lot of these aging receivers that are not stepping up. You don't have the running game that's stepping up, and you're going into a situation where you're playing the Falcons, of all people, in a double revenge spot with over a touchdown. I think everybody's relying on this team to bounce back. If they were supposed to bounce back, they would have bounced back against the Chiefs on this one. I'm going to add in one of the DadBods in a second. I see him in the queue. But it's one of those teams that I just will never back in a bet, no matter if it's public or if it's contrarian or any measure, because of the offense. The offense was the strength of the Tampa Bay Bucks. So if there is a sell team right now, it's the Bucks. And I'm probably going to ride every single team that plays the Bucks because they are extremely overvalued because of TB12. And joining us right now, another one of the DadBods himself, the odds fellow. He might be at, I don't know where he is right now. He might be in Iran. He might be in some third world country right now. We never know where odds fellow is because he is rendered homeless. God forbid, because he's renovating his house. But what's going on, Odds? How you doing?
Could be in a bomb shelter. All I know is I had to get on here and talk about the New England Patriots. No, I'm just kidding. I caught you guys on that little buy spot before.
The Patriots.
Buy now. No, I largely agree with the NFL card. I wanted to get on and say hello, see if there was any questions you needed, insight or breakdowns or picks on before you get to your very fresh guest. Very fresh.
No, we're playing. The segment is buy low, sell high teams in the NFL.
I gotta sell high. I don't know if I missed it though.
Okay.
Did you touch on Tampa, Atlanta?
I was just pontificating of sell Tampa. So do you have a different opinion or do you agree?
Which I don't disagree with. I think the flip side of it for me is also sell Atlanta because that team is 4-0 ATS. And I'm just waiting for the Marcus Mariota bottom to drop, right? And they turn it over to Desmond Ridder or Tampa smacks them in the face. But I do agree with you. A lot of questions on Tampa, but tough to keep backing Atlanta for me. I think that number opening at 7.5, 8, moving towards 9 to me is just screaming maybe this is the blowout get right spot for Tampa.
What I hate about that one is you actually look at the history of that team is Tampa has always blown out Atlanta. It's like that's kind of one of the things, but that's the Matt Ryan era. So I think there is a get right spot eventually, and if there's any situation, actually, if you actually look at the lines, they're always double-digit dogs going back for probably 4 years, or maybe probably 2 or 3 years or something like that. So I look at the line kind of regressing for the Bucks, and that's kind of like my thought process on that one.
Right. Period. So against the historical line, it actually looks weak, right?
And Atlanta's given me no reason to fade them right now. The offense is actually clicking with Mariota. And Mariota's kind of had this revival with these young, youthful receivers that want to prove out. Granted, the defense is probably a little bit weaker there, but I
agree with you. Especially the offense has looked better than I would have anticipated.
Yeah, sure. and I have a Tampa Bay offense that really hasn't done anything in the past 4 weeks. It's like we've given them opportunities. The bounce back should have happened against the Chiefs, in my opinion. Didn't happen, and now we're seeing what Tampa really is right now, and it's just a regressing team altogether. And maybe Tom Brady needs to go into the booth.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Hey, it's my guy. The guy made my 20 years of being a Patriots fan terrific. But you need to know when you should have stepped away when you won the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry, Tom.
But you know what? Not so fast. Because you know what? I'm kind of feeling pun now here. I mean, excuse me, Oddsfell. I mean, I wasn't thinking like that. Guns was speaking something into my mind, and I was believing him. You know what? I'm actually selling what Guns was saying, and I'm buying right now what the odds was saying. Listen, guys, this is Tom Brady, okay? You're telling me right now that the odds should be going away from him, going in favor of the Falcons right now? Why are the Falcons getting more points when this guy's going through a freaking divorce? All right. that's a narrative that should be going the opposite direction, right? We should be inching closer to like pick 'em at this point. Tom Brady's not even going to be able to play by Sunday, right, guys? I think there is
one thing we don't talk
here
about enough is the divorce factor in handicapping. That never comes into this.
No. If there's one guy that can deal with a divorce, I think it's the guy coming off an embarrassing 2 games. All right,
I would say Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers could deal with a divorce because he took ayahuasca in Peru. It's like his brain is clear. I don't think Tom Brady's is clear. He needs to eat a goddamn strawberry. That's what he needs to do.
I think he needs some mushrooms.
Yeah, well, or something. He needs to go clear his mind up and figure out who he is. That's where I'm at with them. I seen the Atlanta line from last year, and I'm seeing it like cut short here. You can get it. I think this thing will drop to 8. And a lot of people are going to buy on Atlanta. If it becomes a public dog, then I'm probably going to feel a little bit worse about it.
I think it's a good teaser leg, right? If it stays around that, we can get it sub 2 or 2.5. It's probably it'll be a teaser leg anchor, right? Vegas is going to need it to go the other way from an outright, I'm sure.
Right. And you get it over some key numbers there, but I think it's already sitting at 8 and 9 right now. You're already getting it over some key numbers on 3 to 7, which is the key numbers in the NFL. Anything above that is kind of a buy spot.
Well, I meant going the other way and
no. You're right. I don't think Tampa loses this game at all. Right. No, I'm not saying that Atlanta's going to win this one outright. I just think it's going to be one of those situations that Atlanta like drives down the field and maybe like backdoors them or something like that, depending on where the numbers lie at the end of the day. Well, we got a guest in the queue. I wanted to like just briefly go over like did you have any buys on college at all, Locke, or odds or anything like that, or buy low, sell high on any teams in college football?
No, I'm really fired up with that the Buccaneers take. I'm rattled. So I'm gonna have to defer to Guns picks on the college football leans here. I will say absolute tragedy occurring in the Oklahoma locker room, but it should come to no surprise that this is happening because Coach Venables is a Clemson Tiger. All right, now when you are the little stepchild of Dabo Swinney and the University of South Carolina, and you're living in squalor, then yes, Coach Venables, you are going to be leading a team into disaster. What did Sharky just say?
No, he just basically talked about the NFC South. Really, it's like historically, Buccaneers demolish the Falcons, and the Saints usually go and they beat the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Well, that reminds me, I think a team that we were buying preseason with the Saints. I think their stock is pretty depleted right now. Odds, you have a lean on if we're going to be buying or selling some Saints stock?
I think at some point they'll battle back because of the depth. I don't trust the coaching. Sean Payton leaving there is a big gap. I'm waiting for him to take over the Dallas Cowboys in the near future. But I do think if you get a healthy Jameis, they'll bounce back and find a groove there in that buy low, coming off a tough game where they battled back and hung tough against a very good Minnesota Vikings team. So overall, I still buy the Saints, and I think they'll get there. I think they'll be a playoff team when the dust settles, but they do have to figure out Jameis and getting him right, I think, is very key.
Good point there. Well, we have an ad read. And then I guess we're gonna have to delay the picks because we have our guest there. I want to get to the guest. I don't want to have him waiting all goddamn day.
Get him in here. You boys enjoy. You are the best. It's great to see y'all.
Odds fellow, thanks for joining us. We miss you, my friend. We need you for a full show.
For you guys. Hello, Lock Bets.
Lock Bets here. I'll be back on for regularly scheduled appearances very soon.
Yes. Odds fellow is homeless and he lives on the streets. So let's get to our ad read and then we'll bring our guest in.
This podcast is sponsored by
Viva Tequila Seltzers. That's right. This podcast is sponsored by Viva Tequila Seltzers. Viva Tequila Seltzers is a refreshing and drinkable hard seltzer, 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created for the active lifestyles in mind. Viva flavors their tequila. Wait, let me scratch this out. Whoop! Viva flavored their tequila because flavor is the spice of life, and they like their drinks with a kick, as they like to live their lives. Viva flavors perfectly with their artisanal Blanco tequila for a subtle and refreshing drink. Their belief is to live long, live well, and live it up. Hashtag Viva Up, and make sure you check them out on Twitter at Viva Seltzers. So let's get to our very important guest. You may know him as the host of the Daily Sash every day, 4:20 p.m. on Pub Sports Radio or Pub Culture TV, depending on if they get their channel fixed. From what I heard last time, the co-host, Dabby Cab, love that guy, host of the NFL Live Bet Show every Thursday night during Thursday Night Football. And I was a guest, and I am undefeated on the show, by the way, for the first time on the DadBodd podcast at Dutch Boy Fresh on Twitter. Welcome, Dutch. What's going on, my friend? Welcome to the DadBodd podcast.
LB, GP, man. Salute, fellas. It's a pleasure.
Salud.
Good to finally be meet LB and Gun Picks. As always, it's nice to be back with you, my guy.
Yeah, glad to have you on, and I just want to thank you for inviting me on the Thursday Night Football show. It's been absolutely terrific. I have a lot of questions. I'm probably going to start with the X-Men origin story of Dutch Boy Fresh. Let's start with, like, how did you get into sports gambling altogether, and how did you decide to, like, you know what, I need to be a personality on not only Twitter but also YouTube as well?
Well, so I've been betting sports. I love sports pretty much since I can remember. I'll be 38 this month, so I'm going to age myself right there. So, but since I've been about 18. I've, been placing sports bets, whether it been, Florida, Oregon, Washington, or right here in Las Vegas. But really started hitting it hard in my 20s. And, I just love sports, So to me, the fact that, I could bet on it and, I'll be watching the shit anyway. So it just a little extra added, sauce to the flavor. But yeah, I definitely, I would say when it came down to it, I got into poker a lot out there in Florida, and I came down to Vegas, and I just fell in love with poker and then sports betting. So, to cut a story, a little short, I moved out here 15 years ago to strictly play poker. Now I did sports bet, but my main focus was poker. But it's not all what it's made up to be. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's more of a grind now. I will say that. It's not like it used to be 15 years prior. If you know what I'm talking about, a lot better players right now out there, and it's simply more of a grind. So I went back and focused more on sports betting, and it's been very profitable to me. I did get into bartending a little bit, and I actually broke my hand, right? So broke my hand, and I was just kicking it at the crib, bro, smoking, enjoying myself. And I was on YouTube, never had social media, nothing like that. Never even had fucking Facebook, back to MySpace, never had any of that shit. But I came across Jimmy the motherfucking Bag, right there on YouTube. I believe he was in SBR Sports. And, I probably watched that shit for like 3 months before I even commented. I had to create an account and all that. And I was like, fuck it, let me do it. He seemed like a true, genuine dude. And from there on, man, he just always reached out to me. Then he started bringing me on. And I was like, fuck it, man. I like talking this shit. So why not bring it on YouTube? And he's just vouched for me, bro. And it's kind of continued, meet up with a couple people. How I got with Pub Sports Radio is I simply, man, shout out to MMA Locker Room. He hit me and was like, bro, go to come meet us at the Rio. I obviously live 5 minutes from there, so it was very quick and easy. DJ Big Boss, Who Banging Sports shined on me as well. And man, it is what it is. I love it. So it just continues to grow. But yeah, man, social media has never really been my thing. I've been betting sports my whole life, since our adult life, and play sports, and social media comes with it. And I meet a lot of cool people like yourself, Guns, and other people, but there's a lot of fugaziness in this shit as well.
Oh
but,
yeah,
try to dodge that, keep it real, and vibe the fuck out and win some fucking money. Most importantly.
That's funny because I used to live right behind the Palms, man. I think I told you on the show. I was like, I got a scooter stolen from there. So
yeah, it's not a good area over there.
No, it isn't.
Cool. But the Arville, Valley View area, yeah, you don't want to be out there late, or a single woman walking around there at the wrong time.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Lockbats, you got a question, bud?
Well, dude, first off, I've been sitting on the sidelines, my man, and I've been watching what you and Guns have been putting out the last few weeks. And tip my hat off to you. I mean, you're controlling right now the narrative on your category of what you're doing, right? Nobody's doing what you're doing. So your show, it's unique, and like, dude, keep it up, man. I fucking. And also, the rumors are coming on that Guns Picks is like 3-0 or some shit. Like, you can't lose on your show. Is that true?
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, my guy's locked in. First of all, but the vibes are like no other, you know what I'm saying, when you fuck around. Not only on Pub Sport, like my guy, Gus did say, we might even be on Pub Culture. Wherever we'll be vibing the fuck out. And man, we gonna win, bro. We're gonna win. If it's not pre, we'll find one live, and we'll definitely get to that bag. But I appreciate the kind words, LB.
And are you sipping on anything special today? I saw you chugging some beers last week. Or was that Thursday?
Yeah. I got saved out for I saved that for maybe Thursdays, and of course Sunday, man. I'm pretty chill on a Saturday, but you gotta have some cold ones going on Sunday. So Thursdays and Sundays, I can't do it like Shark Duck. Shout out to our guy Shark Water Nations. He could do a little bit better than me when it comes to that liquid. This is just some aqua right here, but we keep them planes in the air most definitely. But I kept it off the show. I kept it PG for you guys just in case.
Inside baseball on Shark is like everybody sees his things come out on Sunday and Monday. I was like, well, that's his drinking day. It's like during the week, that guy's kind of like focusing on point. But I digress.
Yeah.
Where did
drinking hours are crazy, bro? Like no others, man. Respect to that.
Yeah. No. But it's like when he goes, it's like I'm gonna be talking to Europe. I'm gonna be talking to Germany. He's got that crew, so it's like he hits another market. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man.
I gotta say, shout out to like all the single women like worldwide. Thank God Sharky is locked up right now, or else he'd be talking to mad women like Australia, Europe. I mean, you want to talk about a well-educated guy? My man Sharky, he comes correct every single fucking time. Sharky does. So, but there's a Mrs. Sharky in the loop, for what I'm told. So we respect and we digress, as they say.
Yeah,
he's got the cuss on him right now, but yeah. Shout out to my guy Dabby Cab. I see you, my man. Appreciate you.
Oh, Dabby's in the building. I gotta say what's up to Dabby. Oh, I love that guy, dude. It was like
man.
Me and him on college football. I'll talk.
Break it down on college football.
Yeah, college football, and me and him is like. I was like, I guess we're gonna talk for another hour after the show.
Yeah.
So where did the Dutch Boy Fresh name come from? Was that like a nickname growing up or something like that? Because like my name Guns Picks is like they called me that since I was like 14. Like that.
Yeah, so I had it for probably like maybe like what now? Like maybe like 2, 3, 4 about like looks like 17 years now. A couple years, about 3 or 4 years before I moved here to Florida or to Vegas from Florida. So we used to smoke them Dutches, and I used to smoke nothing but Swishers, right? Swisher Sweets. Used to go to Costco and get the 100-pack. I never fucked with Dutches or anything like that. Well, then I started, in Florida, weed's a little bit harder to come by. So you start doing it like you start rolling up a gram in a Swisher. That bitch only goes around 3, maybe 4 times in a rotation. You put a gram in a Dutch, it go around 6, 7 times. So,
wait, what's a Dutch? What's a Dutch?
A Dutch is a blunt paper. So it's like a Dutch master.
Oh, God. But we're not talking the Rillos, right? We're just talking like the actual cigar, like the actual blunt. We rip
No,
it up.
you're talking about like
Like,
buying
yeah,
the papers, right?
Just like, yeah, you break it. You get. I mean, some do it with a razor. I do with my fingernails.
You put it around the
you
can, something like you let the leaf on the can or
not
whatever.
exactly. It's a straight Dutch master cigarillo. So you cut it down, like or split it up, and then you take out the tobacco and you put the flour in there. Now, this was 20, 15 years ago easily. So I don't smoke backwards. No more tobacco paper whatsoever. Only raws and vibes. But yeah, these were those days. So. And, I had a crew, we did our thing, and, Dutch master. So you'd be like, I would start to tell people, hey, I have to put these in the store because I need them. I go to other places. So every time I come in, they'd be like Dutch. And then Dutch, also because I master shit. Everything I don't want to be here, trying to pat myself on my back. But, most things I do well. And then, of course, we all had our gamer moments, right? So it was Dutch Boy Fresh, when I was on my little gamer tag as well. So it just kind of stuck. And when I was like, what else would it be? Like I said, I never had social media, none. So I opened up a Twitter account to vibe out with Jimmy and them. And I was like, shit, well, it got to be Dutch Boy Fresh. And I actually go by Dutch. So my real name is Michael. But, you know what I'm saying? If someone's calling me Michael, it's probably not good. I'm just going to say that.
It's always better. Like when I grew up in like high school and college, like I got guns when I was 14, and that I went to school where there was guys that I went to high school with, and they just kept calling me Guns. Then I left college, and it was probably 10 years or maybe a decade before anyone called me that again. And then I'm just like, well, why wouldn't I just create the name Guns? Right. And like Guns Picks, and all of a sudden people are calling me Guns again, and I'm like, oh, this brings me back to like when I was like, in my 20s. Like I'm 42 now, so it's like, even the guys that I still like talk to like on social media or whatever, or I see, it's weird. Like we're in our 40s and you're still calling me. It's like, you're not even calling me Ryan, which is my real name. It's like you're calling me Guns. I was like, all right, whatever. It's like I answered to both. It's like, what?
Right. Yeah, I'm a junior too, so yeah, that's the way it goes. No, and then people like to shorten Michael to Mike, and I don't like that. It's lazy. That's I'm not my father, so you call me Michael if not. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just the way the world works. But yeah, man, I've been out here in Vegas grinding, doing my thing, and we're about to do lovely things with the NBA here, I believe. Hopefully shortly here. I bet all sports. When I say all sports, I mean nothing out to all those other things. But if you cap it, you cap it. But I'm talking about the main sports, and MLB when I have to. And I'm getting back into college football. Shout out to Dabby Cabin, our guy Guns Picks right here. It's passionate football, man, and it does help. That the Seminoles, I'm a Nole Nation, baby. It does help that they're back to playing a little bit relevancy football. And we faded them last week. Wake Forest was easy motherfucking money. But the NFL and the NBA is my bread and butter. So I'm excited about, being right here with the NFL locked and loaded. And then obviously NBA on deck less than 2 weeks. It's a beautiful time.
You got something locked?
Yeah, I mean, just going off the pure, absolute great vibes we got going on, I got some questions because I see a legendary wall behind you. I got Corleone, I got Al Capone, I got Kobe, MJ, got Peyton even. I mean, we got Biggie behind your hat. I mean,
yeah, we got Biggie. Yeah, we got the Biggie and Pac. The best to ever do it. Mac Dre's in that category too, but. We've had this chick goes back since, damn near 19, 18 years old, bro.
Let's say you got a closed door poker match, right? Like closed doors, bring your drinks, you bring your cigars, anything you fucking want. And you got, I don't know, how many people on a poker table? Like 6, 7 guys?
Yeah.
Who are we bringing along?
I need now. We don't want to be too close. I prefer 6-handed, but 8-handed is cool. Who do I got at the table vibing out with me?
Yeah, who you got?
I got MJ, I got Griffey, I got Peyton, I got Barry. Fucking bring Montana back, bring Montana back one time and shit. Man, we can't go with Kobe, so yeah, man. Let's see here. We probably be my man AI, probably be AI, probably be AI. I want to kick it with sports play and play poker, I can smoke weed with, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, all these motherfuckers. But if we talking about really vibing out, talking some poker, I want to be with some guys that aren't like most motherfuckers, just these are legendary dudes I grew up my whole life, just appreciating their craft, you know what I mean? So Montana, Peyton, Griffey, Jordan. Shit, you could end it at that. But we could add a little throw Barry Sanders in that bitch. Get a little shiftiness going. Man, you know what? It wouldn't be right without primetime. How did I forget number 2? All right, number 2, bring primetime, FSU. Bring primetime to the table too. It would be one of a kind poker room. I wouldn't mind Shark sitting down there too. Probably be pretty. Yeah, he might be too sharp. Yeah, he'd be pretty heavy though, right? He's a shark. I know when it comes to that poker.
Shark is a shark at the table. Actually, Shark just brought a question for Dutch here. I got to put it up here for him. Would you call off $100,000?
Oh yeah, that was so sick. I had to retweet that. I had to retweet that, bro. Like, and now all this poker shit's coming up. If you guys, the crazy thing is, I actually watch that. Like, I do. I try not to watch too much of it because I feel like I should be capping. But dude, they play insane amount of money at that Hustler Live game. And that was an insane. I feel like she had to see. Like, I don't know, bro. I was so sick. Like, she goes, "Well, I thought you had ace high." I don't know if you guys know what he's referring to.
No, I don't.
What's the flop?
Okay, so literally Garrett Adelstein is like the nutty, like he's super nutty. They're playing for like it was like a $300,000 pot.
Was that thing on Twitter about the cheating?
Yes, the chick.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I did see
so
that.
So he had an open-ended straight flush draw on the flop. He's betting like crazy. She has jack high of clubs. All right, the turn's a brick. He goes all in, and she tanks for fucking ever and literally calls him with a jack 4 offsuit. I guess she has a jack club blocker, but she says he has, I thought you had ace high, and still makes the call. So, and then just talk shit to Garrett Adelstein like she was the fucking god of poker. It was disgusting, bro. Hey, you guys got to check it out. Yeah, Sharky, that was pretty disgusting. And to answer your question, absolutely fucking not. Hell no.
I saw that hand, and she called him, and then the dealer was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then it's like, I was like, "Well, why didn't they like?" It's like, "Well, why didn't they just start flipping the cards?" It's like they paused for a second, and the dealer was like, "For real?"
How'd the hand end
and then
up?
she like said, "I'm
How'd
calling."
the hand end up?
Brick on the river, obviously. So brick on the river, jack high wins.
Yeah. That's what happened.
He had 9-10. He had 9-10 of clubs. I believe it was 7-8 of clubs on the flop. The turn was a brick. And then she calls with jack 4 offsuit, jack of clubs. The river was a brick. Jack high wins the pot for literally profiting $130,000. Don't quote me on that, but it was over 100. Garrett lost over 100K on that hand. So it wasn't like a 10K, hey, I'm drunk at the win. No, this was fucking like a fucking condo, like a cheap ass condo. You know what I mean? Like this shit was ridiculous, bro. It was literally
it was the worst beat I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it's like she had no business winning that hand at all. It's like the guy was he called all in because she kept re-raising. It's like, why are you re-raising? It's like I'm sitting pretty. So he
it wasn't like she made a move. She called the turn bet all in, an all in turn bet when there was only, I believe, like 60K in the pot, and he bet. Like he had like 500 behind him, and she was in behind for like 100 plus. So she was literally calling off 100K with jack high. So just like
there was other pain on the table.
What's her background on this bird? I mean, like what the hell's her story?
Her name's Robbie something. She's got to be somebody. She's playing fucking $100,000.
Oh, this wasn't like charity. This wasn't the charity poker tournament for the blind or anything.
No, like you got to watch it, bro. Garrett Adelstein is literally.
No, check out. Just put in poker. Just put in poker cheat. Search on Twitter.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna hear and I'm gonna watch this video.
All right, watch this.
So, like, you kind of already talked about like your relationship with Jimmy the Bag. Did it just really come from like comments, and then he just kind of
that's how real Jimmy is. So, well, I'll tell you exactly how it went. So I hit it in the chat, exactly like that, and then I was like, man, this motherfucker cool, you know. So then Dami Gunricci hit me up at the Orleans. Came same kind of like the same vibe with MMA locker room, and I hadn't even met Jimmy yet, bro. It was just DJ Big Boss. Shout out to our guy Ski Profit. It's his birthday today. Salute
happy
to the
birthday. Oh no, I did say happy birthday to Ski. I got to.
Yeah, and happy birthday to our guy Ski. Much love to him. I know he's out there being Mr. Party Guy right now. But yeah, man, we vibed out. We put about 10 to 15 planes in the air on floor 17 at the Orleans, and from there on. It was like, hey, Jimmy reached out and said, hey, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Never even met Jimmy at this time. And he started bringing me on, doing things. And I was getting paid. So, hey, it was lovely, man. He was looking out for me. So, And from there, he just kind of continues to look out for me for wherever we go. So it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Jay Peasy. Does the intro for the motherfucking sesh. Right on 420 motherfucking Eastern time. Our guy Jay Peasy's one of a kind, Cali's finest. Good to see my guy. But yeah, man, that's how it went. So Jimmy vouched for me, and I literally just met Jimmy like in March, I believe, or April this year in San Antonio for the first time.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, and we've been doing business together steady for 2 years before that. So stand-up guy. I fuck with him, he's my friend. So yeah, we're good, man. But if it wasn't for him, it is what it is. I wouldn't be fucking chopping it up with you right now in LB.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely like I watch your content all the time, and I always wonder because I look at you like your followers, and I was like, I can't believe this guy doesn't have like 4K followers. So if you don't follow Dutch, it's at Dutch Boy Fresh on Twitter. Please give him a follow on there. I know you're a YouTube guy. It's like, do you really is that where you kind of like focus your attention to more on the YouTube side than on the Twitter, or do you get into like Instagram and TikTok or anything like that?
Nah, I don't do none of that shit for me. But salute to you who do it, and that do it well. I mean, shit, I'm missing my lane. I get on IG and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? So I don't fuck with
same.
Twitter, I fuck with it. Put out winners and shit. I don't, I try to do some things, but I don't. I live my life, man. Do I want to vibe out with people on social media? Sure. Do I want motherfuckers to follow me? Absolutely. But I'm gonna be fine either motherfucking way. All I care about really in life is what the fuck's going on in my world, and I need to win some motherfucking bets. And if my wife is cool, then life is usually pretty motherfucking good over here. You know what I mean?
Now, do you do a wife? I saw like you had a post in there, just kind of promo. It's like, do you do a show with your wife on like picks, or is that something that you like consistently do, or is that just something that you kind of throw in there?
No, like literally, she's been busting ass. She literally ran up her account. So like, she just doesn't pick the spread. She picks the total, and she's damn good at it. And she picks the side, and just two teams in, puts a unit on it, puts a hundo on it, and fucking. She just wins. So I started up like with that live because we're on there for fucking 3-some hours, I like to have, so I started that clip, Married with Action, so it's the Al Bundy clip. Married with
it's
Action.
a good clip. Really good.
Dope clip. Shout out to my guy, Iceman on one of the 1s and 2s. Vic made that for me. I create something in my mind. He makes it actually happen. I tell him and he makes it happen. So shout out to him. But she's damn good, bro. I'm going to start doing a little 20-30 second clip with that for her. But, that's just kind of to get me through these 3 hours and freaking, that's why I bring you on, Guns, motherfuckers like you, Jay Peasy, so I can vibe out, and enjoy. Because, me, man, if I've got money on the game, I'm watching it, bro. I'm trying to beat. So it's a little bit out of my realm, but I do enjoy it. I'm not going to lie. But, when I have money on games and I'm watching games, I usually am dialed in. I don't even really want anyone else around me.
You almost made me kill a bottle of Woodford Reserve that night. It was like I was just loving the fucking deal.
We keep the liquor flowing, we eat some edibles and kind of just ease out and then really just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I didn't mean to leave at halftime that game. I just knew where it was going. I'm like, I got to go to sleep tonight. I got shit to do in the morning.
Nah, man. Hey, you coming through and vibing out. Like I say, man, just stay as long as you want. People got shit to do. So coming through, I appreciate it, man. I really do.
All right, lock that.
And LB, you definitely anytime you want to come through, kick back some brews, vibe out. Just shoot me a motherfucking DM.
The guy that you need to have on your show for Thursday nights is the guy that's beside me. Is Lock Bets. That dude is. If you like my personality, you're gonna like him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go get a beer. Yeah, I mean, like, he honestly has asked me the best question. No offense to you, GP, but he's asked me the best fucking question that I've probably been asked since I've been doing this shit with the poker question. So like, who would be at the table? Hey, now I'm still thinking about fucking chopping it up with Griffey, you know what I mean? But hey, that was a pretty good question, my guy. But yeah, most definitely would love to have you on, drink some beers, and let's find some live action. You know what I mean?
I always hit him up on the show. It's like he has the best questions. Go ahead, Lock Bets. Give him a question.
All right, so I got a scenario for you. So I hear that you love the Mile High Club. I know you like those flights, but we got a pretty famous flight that went a little astray. Got Brittany Griner. She was trying to bring her, 1s and 2s on the flight, and now she's still fucking over there. So if you could go back in time, if Brittany could have called you, is there anything that you would have said to her? Like, I mean, you're in fucking Moscow, Russia. You should not be doing that shit, no?
Yeah,
Or
well, yeah, I probably wouldn't answer the phone because I don't really talk to aggressive women like that. So, to be honest with you, you know what I mean, I try to fade the aggressive women, and she's a couple of domestic violences too. So she's a little too aggressive for me, bro. But yeah, I would maybe tell her friend to tell her crazy ass to stay her ass at home. Or maybe try to mail that shit. Worst case scenario, don't put your name on it. God damn it, because the worst thing you can say is that ain't mine. What the fuck are you talking about? But when it's in your bag and you're going somewhere that you probably shouldn't be going in the first place, but if you're getting paid to do it, I'm not talking shit about it. But I'm just saying, definitely big mistakes. But yeah, man, it's probably karma for her ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate to say that, but that's the way the world works, man. It really does. So she probably fucked over some people in her life. And she's paying for it right now. But hopefully, I guess, what do they say? Free Brittany Griner. Get her ass out of Russia at least, right? I'm not going to hold no flag or no T-shirt, but get her ass out of Russia.
Yeah, it's like free Brittany.
I will say, Dutch, you seem to get around the U.S. pretty good. You ever go out of the country? You go to the beach. You go to Punta Cana. You go to Mexico. You ever go north?
Okay, so you're gonna pull my card. I guess I'm gonna have to tell you. I've been to Puerto Rico. I go to Hawaii often, but I can't leave. I don't have a passport, so Puerto Rico is considered part of the United States. So I'm allowed to actually go there. But I've tried to go to Canada. They rejected my ass. So it is what it is. 19 years old, went there for a bachelor party. They wouldn't let me cross. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So I got a lot of love for Canada, but at the same time, man, fuck them border laws. I'll be going to Cabo and eventually when that passport finally comes through, I'll be hitting up Mexico a little bit more. But I'm a little shaky to go across Tijuana. My boys say it's cool, but I don't know if they're gonna let my ass back.
Guns loves Tijuana, right, Guns?
No, I will not show my face
Tijuana
in
guy.
Tijuana. I might end up beheaded in a 10-gallon drum.
Yeah, they say you got your birth certificate, all that, you're good. But man, I'm straight with that. I need a passport to go.
I think if you go Cabo, you're fine because it's well protected. But if you go outside there, it's like you're in danger zone.
Yeah, and I went to I took a cruise to Catalina Island over here, and Ensenada. You don't have to. You could get off the cruise boat for the day as long as you're back on. You don't need a passport. Bullshit rules that I gotta go through, and I don't recommend a cruise because that shit. Fuck a cruise. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't fuck with cruises. No,
they're not. Go somewhere, be on the island, and take a fucking cruise for the day if you want to, and go right back to your hotel. Right. That's cool. Going on a boat for the day, but I'm not trying to be somewhere where you're fucking stranded and can't do the shit you want to do for day after day.
I don't fuck with international waters, man. Maybe international waters was good with offshore betting, but when you're in international waters, I ain't getting thrown overboard because I'm too fucked up. And then they're gonna say that, Lock Bets was just fucking too fucked up. He pissed his pants and jumped overboard.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, you don't want to get fucking caught up in some shitty situations like that. So yeah, I do want to go to Mexico. I do want to have the vibes, but Hawaii. I go to Florida a lot. I like Clearwater Beach a lot. I go to Diego out here close by. San Diego is probably my favorite place to really be. The Kush is lovely. Great carne asada, great fish tacos, and the women, everybody's all not just natural good vibes. So
Clearwater,
San Diego.
That brings me back.
Yeah,
03 Clearwater, man. Oof.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I actually prefer that over South Beach. South Beach has its vibes, it has its things, of course, but if I'm talking about beach, really chilling, Clearwater Beach, Florida, outside of Tampa, is a beautiful thing.
All right, so we're going to transition now. We're going to bring Dutch into one of our segments. We're bringing it back this time. We call this Nuke It, Bet It, Fade It, or Forget It. So the way this segment works, Dutch, we're gonna ask you a few questions here. So Nuke It is your number one pick. We call this the 3-unit bomb, the 4-unit bomb, the 10-unit bomb, depending on the capper. The Bet It is, I like this bet. I'll put 1 or 2 units on it. Fade It is that this bet is whenever this team or this question happens, you go the opposite side. Forget it means I am off this play completely. So I'll start first.
That was a lot. No, I'm sorry.
Remember,
I'm loaded, bro. I remember the Nuke It part. That's about it.
So basically, Nuke It is
we're good.
Let's put it. Nuke It's 1. Bet it's 2.
Yeah.
Fade 3. Forget it's 4. That's your rank.
Okay.
So it's like F Mary Kill, but with an extension.
Okay.
So NFL teams to bet now. NFL teams to bet now is like, so you have your best bet, your second best bet, your worst bet, and a team that I can't figure out.
Okay, so you want to know? So you want me to give you my best bet then right now?
Yeah, just teams in general. We're going into week 5 in the NFL. What
Should we give them a more specific sample size?
All
Let's
right,
say
let's go.
like 3 dogs.
Let's go.
I got one queued up if you
All
like.
right, let Lock Bass give the example.
All right, so give me the fuck, marry, kill out of the 3. We're looking at 3 underdogs. Who's alive out of these underdogs? All right, Cardinals +5, Dallas Cowgirls +5.5, and then you got the Las Vegas Raiders +7. Who are you gonna be nuking? Who you betting? Fade it. And then there's
Okay,
I'll add one more if we could.
So you have to pick one of those. So all right. So first, I mean, fuck. I'm gonna have to tell you right now that the Raiders would be the only team out of those 3 that I think could, absolutely. I don't think the Broncos or the Cowboys will beat LA off that loss.
So you like to nuke it? Are we gonna Are we nuking the Raiders?
Nuke it, yeah, man. They
all
play
right, we're
KC
fucking
well.
nuking it.
Yeah,
okay.
Nuke it.
All right, now we got to bet. Now we got to bet it though. Now you want to bet the Raiders again, or you got to pick a dog that you like?
A dog that I like. Well, I like this the touchdown with the Raiders, but we're talking about winning the fucking game, right?
Yeah, no. We're just talking about cover.
Let's just talk about the board real quick. It's so you already picked the Raiders as a nuke.
Raiders were nuking. +7.
Is there a game that you like outside of that game?
Yeah, absolutely. See, I'm my bad. I'm fucking up your guys' game, bro.
No. We confuse. This is my bet, and I confuse every fucking guest.
Yeah. So the Raiders are the one game that I have not bet yet at +7 that I had talked about earlier in the week that I like. I have games that I have bet. And there's a Thursday night game that I'm very high on. And it's the Broncos -3. And I'm huge on the under 44. It's down to 43. You can get it also down to 42 at BetMGM. Still live at 43 at William Hill right now, as before I got on the show. So that under is a beautiful thing to me. I'm going to just tell you right now with the Broncos -3, these boys are going to lay it on these motherfucking Colts. I know they have no Javonte Williams. They brought Latarius Murphy in, seasoned dude, 6'3", 2 motherfucking 30, can protect Wilson. Most importantly, I'm not expecting much. Put him in for 10 carries, but he's actually a very good above average pass protector. And believe me, we need that with that suspect offensive line in Denver. Most importantly, though, we're fading the Indianapolis Colts without without Mr. Taylor, of course, Jonathan Taylor. And then, of course, they have fucking Matt Ryan as their quarterback. Yeah, they somehow can get even more fucking stiffs back there saying hi for Indianapolis. They got Matt Ryan, who's fumbled the ball fucking 9 times in 4 games. I look for I know we don't have Gregory. Yeah, 9 times. Hasn't lost them all, but 9 fucking times. Talk about Mr. Motherfucking Butterfingers. Matt Ryan is that guy. I believe he'll be on his back more than he's attacking. 15 sacks allowed through 4 weeks. The Broncos have accumulated 11, obviously losing Gregory, but that Broncos country mile high Thursday night, you're going to give them all fucking day long to prepare for that game. They will be locked, loaded, and that defense will be crushing, believe it. I'm also fading the Colts here on the road, 0-2, averaging only 12 points per game, allowing 22 points per game on the road versus the Jags and the fucking Texans. I know the Broncos haven't looked that great. I know Russell hasn't been that great offensively, but they actually, played their best game offensively against the Raiders last week. A QBR of 124, 2 touchdowns, and rushed for 1 on 7 yards per tuck. So the Broncos will get it done. They're going to put it all over these Colts. These Colts are fading fast. They want to fire their GM. They want to fire their head coach. They got Matt fucking Ryan, calling the fucking running the show, and they got their best fucking player on the sidelines. Not to mention their best defensive player, the captain, Leonard, out as well. So give me the fucking Broncos. It's -3, I believe. I got it at 110. You can get it at -120 now. 3.5 at most spots. I still do endorse the 43. I don't think the Broncos will give up more than 13 points to these boys. So you could maybe look at the team total under on the other side to the Colts. But I do think 43 is still good value here. And the Broncos have been money, man, at home. 5-0 ATS last 5 versus a team with a losing record on the road. And the Colts are 1-5 ATS overall last 6. Broncos on Thursday Night Football are actually 11-4 last 15 Thursday nights. Short week, they do something right. They'll do it good tomorrow night in Denver.
Well, I'm aligned with Dutch on this one, so I mean, I'm in the same spot as he is. I just hope that the Jonathan Taylor out injury doesn't like drive the public towards Denver. I don't see why it would.
Philip Lindsay's gonna light it up.
Yeah, from Colorado, man.
You think Philip Lindsay?
Yeah.
If you think Naeem Hines is going to light it up.
And if you look at the under here, the under is, I really was happy with the 44. I still think there's value there at 43 right now. The under is 9-0 straight last 9 games for the Colts, and the under 6 in the last 8 for Denver. This will be an under game. The Colts don't really have too many weapons, and they're going to attack Matt Ryan from start to finish. So
guys, Dutch boy, did you know that the Colts are averaging 16.5 points per game with Jonathan Taylor?
Exactly. So
do we expect that to uptick at all with Philip Lindsay and Hines? Come on, man.
Absolutely. Come on. I mean, against Jacksonville and Houston's D. Jacksonville D obviously better than not a slouch D, but I don't think they're the Denver Broncos D, even without Gregory. They only, like I mentioned, 12 points per game on the two road games. So now you're going to go into Mile High on a short week after losing to their arch AFC rival, obviously. So Denver's going to be locked and fucking loaded. They're 2-2. They're pissed the fuck off, and they're going to take it out on an Indianapolis Colts team that honestly don't even want to be playing football right now. They don't know. They're questioning their head coach. They're questioning their GM, and they sure as hell are questioning Matt fucking Ryan as a quarterback. Did you not hear what Hines said? Every year we got somebody new in the locker saying hi. So pretty much what he was saying is this guy's a fucking bum in the most nicest way possible. Read the quotes. What he said. He didn't. That's pretty much what he said. It's someone new every time. It's a Leonard Smith. It's like we're starting over every year. Well, if he was very happy with Matt Ryan, he would be making that comment. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, also, who do they fucking think that they are? They go Carson Wentz, Phillip Rivers, and Ryan. If I did that in my fantasy league, I'd be fired in fucking 5 months. I mean, your GM is a fucking doll. If you just plug and play 3 journeyman quarterbacks that are quite frankly at this point in their career dog shit.
I agree with that. Now Carson Wentz, I could see maybe taking a flag on him, giving him a shot. Obviously it was this big swing and a miss, but you go from Phillip Rivers to Carson Wentz to fucking Matt Ryan. It's just like, damn, you're absolutely right, LB. This shit is pretty embarrassing. If you're a Colts fan, you can't be too happy. And the fact that, and then what you hear, read their locker room. They're not happy. We see it as an outsider, and the inside, they're feeling the same fucking way.
I like Lockbest's new nickname, by the way, LB. That hits JP and LB on the mic.
I'm playing linebacker this weekend. You didn't hear?
Man, we smoking in pounds, bro. LB. If I see LB, that's what I think. So
All right, going back to the segment, because I will not let this stupid segment die, which is probably the last time I do it because the guests don't get it. But I digress. All right, so New get better, fade it or forget it. Let's talk about the association. Let's talk about the NBA, which is what Dutch loves. Let's talk about your top 2. Let's break it down like this: your top 2 teams to bet on, and the worst teams to bet on the back end. Your top 2 teams to fade. Your top 2 teams to take. Going into
okay, so I believe there's going to be more value on Atlanta, and I think the value. Do I think they're going to be one of the complete shit teams of the NBA? No, but I think they're going to be in the people's public eye. I think we'll be able to see value fading Atlanta. I do think that the Cavaliers will be a bet on team in the regular season. We're going to talk regular season here because that's what we got ahead of us.
Correct.
When we're talking regular season basketball, I don't think Atlanta's going to be that good. I love me some Dejounte Murray. I'm not that high on Trae Young. Is he talented? Absolutely. But he plays absolutely no fucking defense. And now you got 2 ball-dominant players. I got to see it. I think Atlanta might be a little bit overrated. And I will be backing the motherfucking Cavaliers an awful lot. They show that they play complete basketball. I believe Donovan Mitchell will be bought in. Do not start LeVert at the 3, bring him off the bench, a perfect 6 fucking man as well. You have Jared Allen there to do the fucking work. You have the young stud in Mobley. They have the shooter. I really like this team. They have a chemistry there with Burgestaff there, the coaching. You've seen it last year, even losing the Sexton. They came right ready to rock and roll, played basketball every night. They bring the lunch bell, kind of like the Knicks couple years back, 3-4 years back, but with talent, with an actual fucking point guard and Darius Garland, a stud, and then they bring in Donovan Mitchell. So as long as Donovan Mitchell buys into the culture there that they got in Cleveland, and of course he's not a fucking black hole, and LeVert is the 6th man, we will be making an awful lot of money off the Cavaliers in the regular season. I will be looking probably to fade Atlanta a little bit more. The Western Conference, I believe Phoenix is going to take a drastic fall back. Chris Paul is only getting older. DeAndre Ayton is not happy with the coaching staff there. He's not happy in Phoenix. So don't be surprised if he's not even playing basketball. If he's moved from that team eventually. Obviously they have Book. Crowder's out. They have Bridges. I believe Phoenix, coming from an elite, team of last year, I believe they're going to take a step back. And I'm all over the motherfucking Dallas Mavericks. No secret here. Luka the motherfucking Don. He finds a way to win fucking basketball games. So you'll get a lot of value with him at the house or on the road a little bit more. But give me this guy, man. I don't do future bets, but I love this fucking guy to win the MVP. They got Christian Wood. They're going to bring him off the bench. It's going to be so much more focused without Brunson. Brunson's nice, but they got Dinwiddie to take the ball off Luka's hands when he needs to. But believe me, man, Luka needs the ball in his hand. He's that fucking good. All right, he's that guy. So when I look at the NBA, I'm looking to be winning an awful lot of money off the Dallas Mavericks, and I do believe I will not be betting the Phoenix Suns. I'll be looking to fade them a little bit more, depending on lines, of course, as well. And I do think the Pelicans will be a pretty good basketball team as well. But I'm so excited about the NBA. Obviously there's some shit teams that we could look at, but these are some teams that I think are intriguing, but also, you might be expecting a little bit more. If you're just a casual betting, Phoenix is going to be the same old basketball team. I don't think so. Chris Paul's a year older, and not too many happy faces around that, locker room right now, especially with the big man not being happy.
Boom. Bang. You just hit it fucking perfect. You're ready for the association coming up on, I think, October 18th.
You're ready for the association.
Yeah.
Dutch, real quick while we have you. I mean, what's going on with my Brooklyn Nets?
Now they will.
I'm a New Jersey Net fan by heart, so by association, I got to be with Brooklyn. But what in God's name is going on?
He's also a New York Jets season ticket holder.
Zach Wilson, man, running his mouth, huh?
Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Milf Hunter.
What I will say is Brooklyn will be a better on team, I believe, this year. Kevin Durant is very upset. All right. Kyrie's out to prove something. And Ben Simmons, if he can play basketball, if he buys in, I do believe they have a nice little nucleus there. They need some more bigs, of course. Joe Harris coming back. But, you got Kevin Durant and KD being disrespected all year long. They got embarrassed last year. Let's be honest. That organization got embarrassed last year. If they stay healthy, they will be playing basketball when it matters. So it depends on how they're going to play. I believe against good basketball teams, we will see the best out of Brooklyn. Will they take nights off here against shitty teams? We'll see here. But I will not be looking to fade Brooklyn near as muchly as I did last year, especially at the house. They were auto fade last year at the house. I believe this year they're going to be protecting the court of Brooklyn. And that's me saying Kyrie's going to be out there playing basketball, not every fucking fourth game. That's him playing 82, maybe 75 basketball games. That's KD coming back, getting raked through the coals. And I think Ben Simmons has a lot to prove. Now, I do not like Steve Nash as a head coach at all. I hate that. I don't want to say I don't hate really anybody, but the guy's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Talk about TikTok gun. Save the TikTok for you guys, bro. This guy, Steve Nash, does not need to be doing fucking TikToks, all right? Work on your fucking basketball team. Work on maybe one thing, please. Defense, okay? They trade away anybody that fucking plays defense. They lost Bruce Brown. That's going to hurt because he was a do-everything basketball player. But if you have KD, Ben Simmons, and Kyrie Irving bought in the regular season and playing angry basketball, I will be betting on them.
So is he back to being a basketball player? And number two, is KD and Steve Nash, did they have a dinner? Did they go up in the sky? Did they take an airplane real quick?
Steve Nash,
what's going on? Is everything all right?
Yeah, Steve Nash told KD everything he wanted to hear. Is exactly what he did. And, and that's not what a basketball coach does. It's not. He told KD exactly everything he wanted to hear, patted him on his back and told him everything would be okay. It's your way. And KD said, okay, let's play basketball. And that's simple. But to be Kevin Durant, how could you be happy with what's going on in Brooklyn? All right. So say what you will about the guy. Did he make the biggest, weakest move in NBA history, in sports history, by being up 3-1 against Golden State and then choking and then going to them? And did he do his thing in Golden State? Absolutely. But you made the fucking move, bro. So then you go to Brooklyn, you leave a beautiful thing in Golden State, playing with Curry, Thompson, and just a beautiful system to go fuck with this guy, this fucking weirdo fucking Kyrie. Steve Nash cares more about fucking doing social media shit. And then Ben Simmons, does he even care about fucking basketball? And then you traded away your team when you actually had a basketball team. You traded it away for fucking James. I don't want to fucking play every day, John Harden. James, I never missed the motherfucking meal hard. He is in shape right now, though. So, Philly, look out for Philly. But they make mistake after mistake in Brooklyn. But if they have those three players bought in, they will be a competitive winning basketball team. Too much talent. Steve Nash will fuck it up when it matters. Don't get it twisted. But they'll win some basketball games, bro.
Wow, beautiful NBA preview. So we don't have to do that show anymore because we brought the Dutch in, and I am grateful for this. One last question on the nuke it, bet it, fade it, or forget it. And I want to bring this up because I know you are a Broncos fan, and I know you are a Seminoles fan. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. So nuke it, bet it, fade it, or forget it. Nathaniel Hackett, Russell Wilson, Mike Norvell, and Jordan Travis.
Okay, so Norvell and fucking Hackett, man, they're in the fucking bottom. Fucking hate it. They're in the fucking bottom. They are not even on the same
Norvell's doing fine now. This is his team, right?
Well, yeah, look what they couldn't fucking stop a nosebleed against Wake Forest. But, I do not like his control. Has he got him back? Yes. But, fuck, it's Florida State, bro. You know what I mean? What's Dion going to be doing with that program? You know what I mean? So, am I happy with what he's done? Yes. But am I confident as him as a head coach? Absolutely fucking not. Nathaniel Hackett? Absolutely fucking not. I cannot stand that fucking guy. I do not know what he's doing as an NFL coach. Nuke it would be Russ because Russ is gonna be fine, and Russ gonna give me pay. I made money off of Russ on Sunday. I made money off of Russ last Sunday. I bet him against Frisco. I faded him against Vegas. Okay, now tomorrow night, Russ gonna be in Russ we trust. It's gonna be less ride because I got that 3, and he's gonna give me paid. He's gonna continue to give me paid. So
when's that grill showing up to Denver though? Is the grill gonna show up on Thursday night?
Is the what?
No, Russ cooks, right? So he needs a grill.
Oh, the grill. Yeah, man. I might. Well, Russ better start. I say he had a quarterback rating on 124, 2 touchdowns in the air, and 1, on the ground. So I'm fucking thinking that when he sees these boys, these Indianapolis, without winning over there, this Indianapolis defense, I think he will start to cook. I do. I expect a big game from Judy. Look for Corey Sutherland to attack, and as well, Hamler had 1 target last week. 1 catch for 55 fucking yards. Do you think we could throw him the ball a little bit more? Also, Mike Boone coming. We'll start to maybe see a little bit of why we paid Mike Boone what we paid him. All right, he was a third running back, and he's one of the higher paid third string running backs in the league. Look for Mike Boone to be a big part. Say what you will about Melvin Gordon. If he's gonna have any hesitation, put his ass on the bench. Bring Latavius Murray in there. It's gonna be the rush show, man. But yeah, I don't even know who that Jordan Travis fucker is really.
He's a quarterback.
I know who he is. I'm just saying. He impresses me, but I just know eventually he's gonna fuck up. Okay, so has he played a lot better? Yes. Have we made money off him so far? Yes. And we faded him on Saturday. So Jordan Travis is not the answer at Florida State. I'll say that. But we can win football games with him. What do you say about? I have no confidence again with him. You like them against 3.5 this week?
We'll see on Friday. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time.
That defense is pretty nasty over there by the Wolfpack, and I think Leary's probably a better quarterback than Travis as well. So I don't know if I would be backing my boys on Saturday, but
I call this. We'll play devil's advocate here. Is like sometimes you lose the same game twice, and it may be against Florida State, but we'll see what happens. All right, so before we end it off, we didn't get the DadBodd's capper breakdown. Let's just give the pick real quick. I'm going to give mine UNLV +7 on Friday night. So you never fade UNLV as a road dog. They are electric. If you want the rest of the recap, I will put it on Twitter. Lock bets. What do you got for your DadBodd's capper pick real quick?
Well, yeah, I mean, Dutch Boy kind of stole the words out of my mouth. I think this game has underwritten all over it. Listen, the Colts are really a minor league football team right now. I mean, you got a team that does not believe in your coach. You got a team that does not believe in your quarterback. And you got, on the flip side, the Broncos who have a little mojo back. Like, this isn't a must-win game, but at this point in the season, they're going into this game with some fucking fire behind them. So I see this as like a 28-10 game. I mean, this hits the under on every check mark, every fucking check mark. I mean, both teams are averaging league lows, 16.5 points, 16.7 points. But I'm even going further down. I think, like Dutch Boy said, I don't think the Colts put up 10. I don't think they put up 14. I think it's going to be a 28-7 game. Sign, seal, deliver, the easiest win of Russell Wilson's career, maybe. I think Russell Wilson cooks. I think he cashes for everybody. I don't believe in Matt Ryan, and I don't think Matt Ryan has his security blanket. He doesn't have Jonathan Taylor to cook. And meanwhile, like I said before, Jonathan Taylor was averaging 16 points per game for this Colts team. All right, so no Jonathan Taylor. No starting running back for your Broncos. So I think this game's going to be a pillow fight, and then fucking Russell Wilson cooks, gets a few late touchdowns. Sayonara, 28-10. You know, it's going to be a low scoring game for the Colts. I know that. I mean, and like you said too, Darius Leonard's not out there, guys. The heart and soul of your defense isn't there. So Dutch Boy had 44, 43. I got 42. I still love the under here. So yeah. Under.
I think 40 points is still good. I mean, people say, oh, you missed another 42, 3 points below, but I have a hard time seeing 40 points in this game. So I'm in love with the 44, but 42, 43, I believe it's a beautiful thing.
Dutch, we loved having you on the show. I want to close it out with you. Let you plug everything that you got going on, and if you want to throw up an extra pick on there, go ahead.
Yeah, I got two games here. I did bet that I'm really high on the Patriots -3. We'll keep it short. If you fuck with me on the sesh, that's that. I broke it down. It's simple. I don't give a fuck who's running the show, who's saying hike for the Patriots on Sunday. Give me that running game against that fucking putrid defense over there and against the Lions, preferably against the run. And Bill Belichick will find a way to make Jared Goff beat him, and that's not going to fucking happen. This is the first game outside for the Lions in the Dome. Look for them not to score as many points. Look for the Patriots to score an awful lot and control the game. With Stevenson and Williams, I think that they'll run all over these boys. They did it against Green Bay, a much better run defense than the Detroit Lions. So I love the Patriots -3. I'm also liking the Bucs here -5 first half. I think you're going to get the best fucking look from Tampa. They're pissed the fuck off. They got embarrassed 2 times at home and real embarrassed last week. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That defense is talented as fuck. They didn't show it Sunday night. I believe they will show it against Atlanta. Atlanta lost their heartbeat with Cordell Patterson. So maybe a backdoor cover there, but I think I came in very at the end of there with your guys breaking down that game. But I think Tampa, you'll see Mike Evans, Godwin, all these fucking boys get off. Tom Brady's going to be feeling himself on Sunday. And most importantly, that defense will show the fuck up. So anything under a touchdown first half with Tampa, I believe is good money. But yeah, man, the sesh, we've actually changed it, my guy. I appreciate you guys. But we got NBA coming. We got a lot going on. So the sesh is on Medicate Mondays, 4:20 Eastern times, and Fried Fridays. So Monday and Friday, 4:20 Eastern time, me and my guy, Dabby Cab, we break bread and we get him straight over the motherfucking head. We beat the Lions on Monday, and then we go over everything on Friday. Definitely have either one of you guys on the show. I like the vibe. You already know it's all love. And then, of course, Thursday nights, it's the NFL Live. Definitely you'll see Guns Picks there. Hopefully you'll see LB there as well. But we do it 5 p.m. out here on the fresh side, 8 Eastern time, NFL Live show every Thursday night. We find a way to get to the motherfucking bag. We give out our pre-games, of course. But yeah, man, it's all positive vibes, it's all love, and I enjoyed myself. With you today, GP and LB. A couple questions, but man, it was lovely, man. I dig it. I do dig it.
There you have it. I mean, if you don't follow Dutch on Twitter, please follow him at DutchBoyFresh. He's absolutely electric, and he also basically is just running the game on YouTube at Pub Sports Radio, like he said. So till next time, we're getting to the century mark of the DadBodd podcast. 98, I think we're going to be at. So thanks for joining me, Dutch. We will have you back on for sure. Till next time, peace.